Hi, and good afternoon. Welcome, one and all, to the Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies. My name is Colin Bartholomew, Head of Department for Cooperative Studies. And this evening, you have me for yourself for this one-on-one session as we get into the Cooperative Studies program and we really explore the possibilities that such a program provides to you as an individual and who can provide to your organization, all within the cooperative movement. And this afternoon, I'm joined by Ms. Marina Pierre, adjunct faculty in cooperative studies at the college, and I'm very happy to have her here. And as we go through the program, we will engage, have a conversation, all culminating to the conversation with you at the end of our presentation. So once again, it's a pleasure. You are joining us via YouTube, so please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, get the information out there. And when the time comes, simply post your questions in the chat area so we can have that discussion. And you can ask as many questions as you like as we look to emphasize cooperative studies. Cooperative studies is very unique, and Cipriani College is also very unique, being the only local and regional educational institution which provides cooperative studies at the tertiary level. So, we are about to take off. I ask that you get comfortable, you get whatever drink of your choice, preferably one that will keep your your mind steady as you embark on this journey with us. Once again, these are very unique times. So we are joined online, and in this online engagement, I have to say it's really a pleasure to see you in the flesh virtually. All right, so we will get into the presentation. Ms. Pierre and myself will exchange necessary information. We will liaise with one another, and I will punctuate the presentation from time to time with relevant videos. So, of course, at the end, I will be asking in terms of the videos, what you enjoyed about the videos, how you believe that cooperative studies impacts the future of this movement, and what do you think you can do at Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies to really, really make that difference? So to introduce, I will begin just with a short video where you can begin the engagement with us here this evening. And as I said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and post your questions in the chat area.
Mr. Bartholomew, I'm not sure if everyone is here in the video.
Thank you. It's for the visuals. Indeed, one of my favorite videos when it comes to this new reality which we are immersed. And that was mainly for the visuals. Later, we will share a bit of the audio so you can really be a part of the discussion as we go into what you would have seen is now called the Great Reset. So please be prepared to hit your reset button as you view this presentation from the Cooperative Studies Department. All right, so we'll be here roughly an hour. And of course, place your comments in the chat area. So at Cipriani College, of course, we believe in empowering all through education. And this is our tagline. This is something that we are deeply committed to. And this is something that really forms the foundation at the college. So in my experience in terms of presenting, a lot of people usually ask about, what is this cooperative concept? What is this thing that people always speak about? First time I got into the cooperatives and I told someone I was working with a cooperative, they asked me, what is that? And that is usually the request. So we have to speak about the cooperative concept. And first of all, I want to emphasize that the cooperative model is a business model, and it aims to create an alternative economic model. So in addition to the economics, of course, there are other areas as well, but it must be realized as an economic model, a business model first to begin. And by definition, and this is according to the International Cooperative Alliance, which is a international trade association for cooperatives, it defines cooperatives, although it may be lengthy here, as an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily to meet common economic, social, and cultural needs and aspirations through a jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprise. Always good to create a foundation. This is something that you would see in the class. This is something that you would exchange during a discussion on cooperatives. And this is something that is deeply embedded within the movement in terms of the principles, in terms of the definition, in terms of the values, in terms of cooperative actually being a business model. It's important that we emphasize that youth is a critical part of the discussion. Now, this is where I want to jump off and invite Ms. Pierre just to touch on the element of youth as part of the movement and how it is geared to taking us forward. Ms. Pierre Marina, you there?
Are you hearing me clearly now?
I'm hearing you very clearly now.
Okay, great. All right. So, cooperate. Are you hearing an echo?
Yes, I am getting a bit of an echo.
Oh, all right. Are you hearing me better now?
Excellent now, loud and clear.
All right. So pleasant afternoon to you all again. I am Ms. Pierre, part-time lecturer at the college
in cooperative studies. Cooperative studies is an exciting module that you all can come in and learn all aspects. Again, cooperative is, as Mr. Bartholomew would have mentioned, a unique economic and business model that any type of business can form. All right, and why we're going to focus now on the cooperative approach to youth inclusion. This is necessary, all right, with the youth as part of this model to ensure we know anything that you want to put in place, you must have that element of informing and making youth part of it to ensure succession is in place. And not only succession, but the aspect of survival of the movement that is in place. All right. What it is with regards to the cooperative approach, I'm just seeing a light come on here. Just a minute. With regards to a cooperative approach, all right, you must, that aspect of youth inclusion is necessary. So we see in there on your diagram in front of you, inclusion. The inclusion of the youth is to ensure that all aspects of the movement are passed on. All aspects of the movement are informed, communicated, which it is on the next arrow point there, involvement. That you are involved in the sense to carry on what it is you have learned, to carry on the survival of the movement. The cooperative approach, because of its unique values, as were mentioned, right? The ethical values, the philosophy, the principles, you have that sense of belonging. The sense of belonging with regards to what it entails in forming a cooperative or learning about cooperative. There's a lot of teamwork, camaraderie, all right, synergy, that building of your community. So it helps you as an individual to have that sense of belonging, all right? The succession aspect is that you want to know what it is you're doing. You want to understand what it is you're doing. You want to have the model in mind. You want to make your business just as a normal entrepreneur or people coming together to form any type of business. That succession part with regards to the involvement of passing on that baton, right? And then the youth inclusion approach, the main outcome or the targeted goal is the survival of the cooperative movement, all right? When we get into more in it, you will learn there are many types of cooperative, and the movement is thus far and wide. It is just at all levels, the national level, the regional level, and the international level. All right?
Excellent. So, yes, I just speak about succession and passing the baton. I guess I'll take this leg of the journey, you know, as we continue to look at, you know, the other really elements of what the cooperative is about. So, in essence, you know, what does the research tell us? You know, it's important. We are academic institution. We speak into cooperatives. We want people to come and do the program, but we have to see what the research is telling us. And it's really about volunteer boards who normally face some issues. Those issues mainly being built-in entrenchment, recruitment difficulties, a lack of independent thought, and a lack of diversity. And this is some research coming out of the Filing Institute, and especially regarding volunteerism and persons coming on board. They found that these sorts of issues continue to arise among them. So, you know, they really face these issues. What else do cooperatives and cooperative directors, volunteers, committee members face? And it's really about this matrix, which looks at the sample skills. It has been found that even if one or two organizations such as cooperatives or credit unions happen to have some of these skills, it's rare that the majority have all of these skills or even close to all. So it remains an issue. So when you're speaking to understanding members' needs, advanced financial literacy, even basic financial literacy, risk management, technology awareness, which is increasingly important now for digitization, investment, marketing, strategic thinking, we found that these were not really at the forefront of the competencies of directors. And then what does it also tell us? That there are a number of issues also arising which are important to members as these volunteers and directors lead the organization. And these mainly surround the management of people that are demonstrated strategic thinker, forward thinking ability, advanced financial literacy, understanding member needs. But the research even goes further, and it says that financial literacy is the most important skill. Here, they have it for credit union directors, but the research shows that for all cooperative directors, this was very important. And why? It was really because people were increasingly seeing this as a business, and more than just a business, as their business. And financial literacy takes the forefront. However, other areas also sparked a keen interest of members, including governance, including risk management, including financial services expertise, including human resource expertise, albeit to the lower end of the scale, people still emphasize the import of such areas to their business. And it's important to realize that the cooperative business does not exist just in Trinidad and Tobago. And we know a cooperative as a credit union. However, it exists around the world, the global cooperative network. These are the top 300 cooperatives around the world in a number of industries. However, these are the top industries: agriculture and food, insurance, wholesale and trade, financial services, education, housing, and you can see the lion's share actually in agricultural and food industries. Actually, the entire cooperative movement, the global network, is in excess of $2 trillion in assets under management. US, $2 trillion in assets under management. And it's just also to show that even if we take a subset of the global cooperative movement and focus on credit unions, which people are very familiar with, there are 86,000 credit unions around the world, with 291 million members on 6 continents, with a penetration rate of 9.55%. So cooperatives and credit unions remain important, and that's globally. Even if we go regionally, we do have some value there as well. Trinidad and Tobago, even being on the scale, and just to focus on the value of what we are speaking about, the assets under management in the Caribbean region alone is US 6 points, well, by now $4 billion. And those are the affiliated credit unions to the regional body. If you include the unaffiliated or the non-affiliated, you have a further 2.1 billion, bringing the total to 8.5 billion for the region. And that's just to create a context of what we are treating with at Cipriani. So it's not just local, it's not just credit unions, it's not just about a volunteer going up for a board. It's really about building your business in a manner that you can be proud of to serve your needs as a cooperator, your economic needs, your social needs, your cultural needs. And in building the organization, also having a succession plan in place in order to allow for business continuity. I don't think business continuity could have been of greater import than now, where we are looking towards with what we are calling a new normal. And in this new normal, we now have to look at the collective enterprise as one of the main vehicles for moving us forward. So, having just mapped out the cooperative concept, it's important now that we go to Cipriani College and what it has to offer. Now, in general, if you look at all programs, it's important for me to note and to iterate to you that all programs under the college are approved by the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago, also known as ACTT, and the college and its programs is also recognized by GATE. Most recently, there were some changes to GATE. However, being largely focused on undergraduate studies at the college, you would still be entitled to coverage under GATE program in all our programs. All right, so of course, I must start broadly and come in, narrow and get more granular. But at the college, you can benefit from cooperative studies and credit union management, labor studies and industrial relations, becoming increasingly important, human resource management, especially during these times, project management, occupational safety, health and the environment, and security administration and management. But of course, this afternoon, we are focusing on cooperative studies and credit union management. Right, so let's get into it. What do we offer? So basically, if you're looking to get into your business and really address business studies, even if initially you're not thinking collectively, the cooperative studies and credit union management qualification can take you in that direction. And at the basic level, all right, we have our certificate in credit union management, which takes all but 6 months to complete, or 2 semesters. So basically, you can receive your qualification in a 6-month time period, or over 2 semesters. And of course, looking at the skills matrix in terms of what is really required for business leaders, for cooperative leaders, for credit union leaders, we have touched on some core courses, including credit union accounting, just to have the basic understanding. Communication, you see, was an issue. So we look at the fundamentals of communication, especially in terms of building that initial level of critical thinking. History and development of the operations of the credit union movement. You must know how things have developed over the years, have an appreciation of the ethos or the philosophy of the credit union, and this is where this comes in. Then we look at credit union management, the basic principles and practices. Business law and credit unions, the basics you want to get into, and also because that financial competence is extremely important. Also look at some basic principles of money management and securities. You would see on the matrix, you would have seen on the matrix that the investment component is extremely important. And Ms. Pierre, she delivers in the certificate in credit union management. And I would invite her now just to come on and share some of her most recent feedback in terms of the last 2 cohorts in the certificate in credit union management, which welcomed regional participants. Ms. Pierre?
Hi, good day again.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Bartholomew. The certificate in credit union management, that 6 months completion, it is a very exciting course because the persons, what I identify, persons who come to do this course is very unique in the sense that they want to understand the fundamentals of this aspect of pulling out from the course modules, right? The historical development and operations, where it started, all right? We know that it transported from the European side of the world and it came over to the Caribbean, all right? The history is very rich, all right? It is very, in the sense of how it came about, all right? All these things you learn, the start of the cooperative movement, where we have the Frederick Weavers. You're coming into the development of the 28 Rochdale pioneers, all right, who came and they didn't like what was happening in their situation and they band together. So here that collective coming together to solve economic, cultural, and social problems, all right? They didn't like what was happening, and all this you learn from the history and the development of the movement, all right? And then again, it was persons from internationally who came and introduced. We see in that module there that you have the business law, cooperative, and credit union management. We are governed by our own law. We call it the Cooperative Society Act 8103 of 1971. So there's all this aspect of learning the legalities of this unique course, this unique business model as well too. All right, credit union management on a whole is learning about what is required with regards to cooperative management. All right, so we just taken our normal management methods that we know, all right, our normal management theories, and we mixing it up together with our cooperative philosophy, ideas, and principles. All right, our appreciation of this course with regards to the involvement of our regional brothers and sisters. We have students from Antigua, Barbuda, Grenada, Guyana, Bermuda, all right? So this is how the college is spreading this cooperative ideas, the philosophy, the educational and academic aspect of learning, right? And developing what is required to have this and start up this unique business model. All right. Some of my feedback from my students, all right, and sometimes it is very overwhelming because what you learn in the class, it helps you to be more efficient, more productive, all right, more knowledgeable in performing your duties in that workplace. And not only, let me just highlight this, not only students, the students that come in from the cooperative sector. No, all right? We have persons who are lawyers coming to learn about the cooperative credit union management, all right, aspects of the course. We have persons who are nurses. We have from all aspects of your community, people come in to understand this unique business model, all right? And I would think that it is the intention of them of starting up a cooperative where people come together holistically with a basic idea, a business idea, a model, again, with the intention of bettering themselves. So the module is not hard and fast. The work that Cipriani established within your modules it is very edifying with regards to that aspect of learning and making you competent in performing your duties and your skills.
Yes.
All right. So thank you, Mr. Bartholomew. Anything else I leave out?
Yeah, that is it, man. I think that was a comprehensive coverage of the certificate in credit union management. And of course, you can have heard the excitement in Ms. Spears' voice, because I know for a fact I have actually sat in classes and she thoroughly enjoys delivering it, and the students thoroughly enjoy receiving it. So, you know, it's really about that engagement, because remember, we are talking about your business, but you're also talking about your collective business. And one of the things we have to emphasize is that all of our programs are nested. So begin from one level and really matriculate to the higher levels as you go along. So as we go to the associate degree, which is really, you know, looking at the higher level of the cooperative studies, and it gets broad and it goes into there, it's very important that particular facets are covered. They get deeper into financial management. They get into the principles of auditing. Because you are going to that level, topics like research methods and statistics is very important. The ILO speaks to the relevance of statistics. The International Labour Organization speaks to the relevance of statistics in the role of cooperative development. It's very important. And we get into areas such as cooperative organization and operations, extension and local government, local development, extension and local development, and even mixing with the other material in order to become a multidisciplinary business owner. So we also look at the principles of labor law, because as a credit union or a cooperative leader, you would need to know these basic principles in terms of economics, in terms of, you know, marketing, to become multifaceted. And also, and these cooperatives are the base in terms of the cooperative projects, the workshops, conferences, and seminars, and volunteerism. These are credit courses that do not require you to be in a class. These are actually the experiential style learning courses, because we believe in competency-based training. We immerse you into your relevant discipline. So when you depart from the program at the college, you can actually walk into industry as a practitioner. One of the key things we take with pride at the college is the inbuilt internship in all of our programs. And even as you matriculate to the higher level, to the bachelor's degree in cooperative management, as I said, it's nested in the associate program. So once you matriculate to the higher level, it's basically 1 year to complete. So, and you'll be touching on various instruments and courses and exposure to ethics in decision making, human resource management, entrepreneurship and innovation, managerial accounting, strategic management and leadership for cooperatives. You also look at the principles of anti-money laundering and the counter-financing of terrorism, which you would know as AML-CFT for short. So these are the opportunities, and the training you get in AML-CFT can qualify you as a compliance officer with a cooperative, which is listed, right? Which is a listed business with the Financial Intelligence Unit of Trinidad and Tobago. So you get the competencies to go into industry as you engage with the program at Cipriani College. Now, of course, what are some of the benefits? We look at the flexible teaching and learning approach, Of course, now our programs are online for the foreseeable future. And during this pandemic, we have had more and more engagement through the online platform. Our classes remain online. However, we have been introducing programs which have also taken the online route, and that allows for both synchronous and asynchronous sessions in terms of delivery. Of course, as I alluded to earlier, the education at Cipriani links theory with the practice. So it's not just about getting the information and moving into industry. No, you are immersed into your particular industry, the cooperative experience that you can actually go out there and hit the ground running. Our consultation with our group of employers during one of our reviews with the ACTT highlighted that as one of the strengths in terms of the engagement with the programs at the college. Of course, critical thinking is a very important part of our program. Critical thinking, and I would extend it even further to describe it as strategic thinking. So we are definitely about that. It's not just about a cookie cutter approach. You learn something, you go regurgitate it on paper, and you go into industry. No, it's about developing critical thinking. I must emphasize that point. And of course, education used well enhances productivity. One of the core values at the college is really the concept of decent work, and productivity contributes to decent work. So it's important that, we emphasize that education used well enhances productivity. And as I said earlier, what are some of the careers you can engage or get into with your qualification? Of course, consultancy, a business manager, whether it's a general manager to chief executive officer. We do engage in accountants. A lot of people use the qualification to go on and qualify as whether it be ACCA or CFA. Compliance officer, as I alluded to, getting into the administrative professional stream, loans officer, and also business development officer and marketing officer. So you do have a number of areas that you can explore based on the education, and you would have seen from the range of courses that we offer, you are immersed into each one of these programs. These are our standard programs. But then we have our renowned 10 Saturday program, otherwise known as the 40-hour introductory program. This 10 Saturday program is really one where Cipriani engages you for 10 consecutive sessions, and, as I said earlier, immerses you into the experience which you desire. This is 100% online and covers a number of areas, from barbering and business, crisis and emergency management, cooperative management, industrial relations and HR, supervisory management. We also have introduced practical skills to supervisory management, as well as the small business owner, and an area now of business content creation, and also AML safety. It's reasonably priced at just $850, which basically means you're paying $85 a session. Simple math, right? And of course, it qualifies you to move to the certificate level and become qualified at a fully accredited institution. One of the things we always boast of is that we have seen students matriculate from the 10 Saturday program right into the bachelor's level. They have accomplished something, and a dream, a personal dream, probably something they never thought or had the ambition to pursue, but because of the avenues that Cipriani College offers and provides, they were able to accomplish that. And of course, I must emphasize the cooperative and other entrepreneurial offerings which we have at the college through the 10 Saturday program. AML CFT qualification. We have a cadre of AML CFT professionals who deliver and really readies you for engagement in compliance in the AML CFT field. In addition to the cooperative management, we also have fields like public speaking. As a cooperator, you would want to know, about the public speaking. We also have the events management and the business content creation, the business content creation program that you may have here as well. And of course, being on this platform, we are multitasking. So just checking to see how we are going. So these are the programs under the 10 Saturday. So of course, we call this the new normal. We no longer look into the future because the future is actually now. So we encouraging each and every one of you to empower yourself. To empower yourself. Because we are about empowering all through education. So of course, we have our latest offerings, which has really, been pivoted through the pandemic circumstances and, coming from our creative minds, Yes, coming from our creative minds. So these are our latest offerings from Cipriani. I know y'all would be looking to see what else is offered, and we are about helping you to be your best self. Basically, we're online now. Everybody is online. Everybody wants to see, what makes me different from others. And we hope that what we put on the table here would help you to pivot and become involved and more engrossed in whichever, whether it's a field you are already in or a field that you were thinking about, but of course you never thought you'd be able to explore, and now you have the opportunity to do so. Now, our short courses are 100% online. And of course, money matters now. Money continues to be an issue. So we do offer online payment options and payment plans. Of course, we use the G Suite platform, which includes the classroom, which includes Meet, which includes Hangouts, and which includes a number of add-ons that now exist to make your experience even more exciting. So you may be asking, what do we have on offer? What do you think? What do we have on offer? A number of short courses from social media for SMEs. Now, this was one of our most exciting courses during late last year in terms of how your small business could really utilize the social media. There's a big explosion of this platform known as TikTok now. How you could use TikTok. I myself had to get into it, how TikTok operates, what is it for, how is it good? We have to be aware, and I mean, the small business owners, now that you are more removed from brick and mortar facilities, it's really about utilizing the online social media space to your business. And of course, we want to encourage people to be innovative with their small business during COVID-19. Come and find out about those innovative strategies. Share the word, spread it, come and find out. You already have some people enrolled in these two courses, so we look forward to sharing. And Ms. Pierre, I know you would have delivered in the credit committee and supervisory committee essential skills. So tell us about that program. I know most recently it finished for the credit committee members.
Yes.
And we have it coming up for the supervisory committee. So tell us about that program and how it has really changed and impacted the operations and the mindset of those persons who were trained.
All right. Thank you again. Essential skills for the credit committee members. We know that there are different types of cooperatives that we mentioned, but what is more prominent is the credit unions, which are financial cooperatives. And based on the credit unions, the main core business of your credit union is that granting of loans. And not just granting your loans, you have to pay back your loans on time as well, right? So based on that aspect, it is necessary that you understand the skills that are required for you to function as a credit committee member. All right, remember you have to analyze the loan application. You have to understand all the fundamentals of granting the loan. You have to understand the loan policy. So all these things are entailed with regards to those skills are required. And we went further on now with regards to educating and informing those participants of the necessity that the credit committee has to play with regards in our new normal now with the COVID pandemic. All right, understanding what it takes. Members who are coming to you, you know, you have to actually analyze their situation. It involves interviewing a member if it's necessary. So all these skills are far and wide based on those members who volunteer and who are elected to serve as credit committee members of the organization. All right, so it is a course that brings you in play to what is required. It also brings you up to date of how you have to function in the environment now as well in order to grant safe loans, all right, to grant the loans that are required to meet your member needs, because that is the most important thing. You have to understand when someone comes to make a loan application is to fulfill a need, and member needs are very important to them, all right? So you help them to accomplish this need by getting the finance that is required or are required to fulfill those needs. All right, so it is a course that it will enable you, if you don't have knowledge before, to gain the knowledge that is required to serve on the committee, and those who functioning or have experience as a committee member to enhance those skills and make you more entwined to what is happening and how you are expected to serve now as a committee member. All right?
Correct. Excellent. Thanks so much for that sharing. I mean, the more people we have passing through who are required to serve members, I mean, is really the better for the organization. And we provide in those platforms. And the next one of those platforms we provide is really one known as our accelerated practitioner certificate. Say, we realize how it is going on. People just want a tag on. They have their qualification. They have been immersed into this cooperative, this credit union thing, and they want to know more. I remember, you know, I know a lot of people who end up involved in credit unions and even cooperatives are most times, you know, looking for work. And this is where, you know, they are planted. So developing the competency is very important. So we have 3 programs and building more. that can guide you to becoming a better officer of the organization as well as a better staff member of the organization. And what are these? In terms of certificate in cooperative leadership, strategy and management, we have the accounting procedures and practices certificate, practitioner certificate, and we have the credit union member services and operations practitioner certificate. You have to remember, we place the emphasis on actually hitting the ground running. So these are practitioner certificates. These are certificates which are 100% online. They are received from an accredited institution, and they receive you will receive fully transferable institutional credit. So the credit you receive through these courses, you can then use if you choose to do anything additional at the college. Of course, it's about contemporary practical training for the modern cooperative environment, as well as the opportunity to build critical coping skills and prepares participants for adjustments to cooperative operations. Now, we have these in cooperative studies, but there are also other areas, the project management area, the certificate in fraud detection and prevention, that we are actually gained a lot of steam from credit unions as they were more exposed to elements of fraud and online phishing, as we would call it, you know, as well as looking at occupational safety and health for general industry. This COVID-19 pandemic has exposed all organizations, and especially credit unions, and has really hit them at the core, or not only the bottom line, but also in terms of their human resource. So it's important that you protect it, that you create an environment that people can feel safe to work in and actually are safe to work in. And of course, we also have coming up our Step Up program. All right, the old flyer mixed with the new flyer, because we actually have a new cycle beginning on July 26th. And of course, this is for the younger people. Remember, we spoke about that element of succession planning. So here they would be exposed to some critical skills, you know, preparing for the future of work, managing projects, OSH management, HR essentials, IT skills, critical thinking, these core elements. You want to build the kind of young people who is really educated on future of work. So it's very, very important that, you know, you have that. And of course, how would we be a cooperative studies department and a college of labor and cooperative studies if we did not have the kind of cooperation that we desire? So most recently, we had a collaboration with the Kuru Cooperative College out of Guyana, where a number of participants from the college were exposed to training in the number of areas offered and disciplines offered at the college, and were introduced and certified at the introductory level, providing them with the opportunity to continue their studies through the college, matriculating to the bachelor's level. So of course, what it's about now, it's about adapting, it's about navigating, and it's about conquering the world. So I want to encourage you to acquire the right skills to nurture your dream to reality. Really consider the cooperative studies and credit union management. And I have seen the questions coming in, and we will get to the questions, both Ms. P and myself, and really answer, you know, as to how we interpret these things to be. And it's really interesting that, you know, somebody was asking how are cooperatives relevant to the current pandemic? And you know, that's something that we have to explore as we answer the question. So I encourage you all to enroll today in the program. Of course, our contact information is here, whether you get us as Co-op Online at CCLCS, Bartholomew C, Million D, or even admissions at cclcs.edu.tt. And of course, you can engage us. Check us out online via our website, cclcs.edu.tt. You can email us. The emails are provided. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and you can subscribe on YouTube. Don't miss the opportunity. You know, really adapt, navigate, conquer, sign on to our program. Of course, as we say, payment plans are available, and we have an executive decision here this evening to award people so that you can enroll today. All right, so I mean, we go into questions and answers. So, you know, I really want to start off with the Q&A with somebody asking how is cooperatives and cooperative studies relevant to the current pandemic? Now, of course, you would have been exposed to all business models, but what you would not have been told is that the cooperative business model is the most resilient model, in times of crisis. It's very important to emphasize that. And of course, there are a number of factors why they are that resilient. And if you want to know, please join me in our class. All right, and I cannot forget, you know, we are going to our special offer. And that special offer today is really providing a scholarship for our regional participants. Basically a 2-for-1, 2-for. So anyone interested in the program will basically be entered into the cooperative studies program with the caveat that you will be paying for one program in any other discipline at the college. So it's basically 2 for 1. You get one free and pay for the other. So you have the opportunity to build a multidisciplinary and multifaceted, whether it be a board, committee, you have the opportunity to benefit, and this is specifically for the regional participants. For our local participants, the upcoming semester begins on the 23rd of August. And as have been done in years gone by, we are offering one scholarship in the certificate in credit union management to each credit union. We are offering one scholarship per credit union coming semester 1, 2021 to 2022. So we have a sweetener here for our local and regional participants. So that is on the table. Marina, you there? Marina?
Yes, all right, yeah.
Nice, nice. And we have one special offer. We have a scholarship for the 10 Saturday program. And this is really for the person who was locked on first. I understand that people were locked on from since 1:30, 2 o'clock. you know, waiting to get his offer. You know, Marina, I can share it with you. I can share it with you.
Yes, you can share it with me.
All right, all right. I hope I wonder if this person knew who they are. You know, you have a scholarship for the 10 Saturday program in cooperative studies. So, at this point in time, we have to announce the winner. Marina, you feel we should take a couple more questions before we get the winner?
We could let them know that the cooperative model is very resilient, as you say. And
yes.
again, it withstands crisis.
Yes.
And right now, we are deemed to be in a crisis.
Yes.
And if we look at the environment, all right, a lot of people who have similar skills, who have a bond within the community, a cooperative could be formed. All right?
Yes.
So this is the importance of it. And when we mentioned earlier about the little history of it, is cooperative was formed from a crisis.
Yes.
All right? With the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. All right? And hence the reason why they exist today. All right? So
correct. So they're very relevant to the current pandemic. Very, very relevant. And you know, for this scholarship, for this 10 Saturday program, we are currently finishing up one cycle of our 10 Saturday program, with the next one due to start in October. So, you know, we really want to encourage people to get on board for that 10 Saturday program. And seeing that this is the time, I would like to announce the winner of that scholarship for the 10 Saturday program in cooperative studies. And it is no other than Mr. Rondell Edwards. Rondell Edwards.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. Really, really good. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being early. Thank you for spreading the word. And of course, you can contact us via the various platforms, you know, to claim your prize. You know, if you would like to give it as a gift, you can do that as well. But you are today's winner, Mr. Rondell Edwards. And I just seen some more questions coming in here, Marina, so I want to touch on them quickly. Are there exemptions for persons who have completed 10 Saturdays and HOD program? Yes. Now, at the college, there is a multidisciplinary platform. So you would complete courses under a department known as General Education, which would entitle you to be exempted from those particular courses under the Cooperative Studies program. So during the 10 Saturdays, you can matriculate to the certificate level in the particular discipline. And if you have the HOD BA program, of course, you will also qualify for that as well. So which programs or courses you would suggest to labor leaders who want to present and develop among our membership the idea of the cooperative enterprise as a viable alternative? Most definitely, I would get into something like the Accelerated Practitioner Certificate, which emphasizes cooperative leadership, management, and strategy. So definitely something for the leader is a higher level. It allows, you know, that immersion into the various disciplines, as well as we have workshops built into that, so they can actually leave really, really empowered to engage in cooperatives. Also, we offer standalone programs. So I call that the a la carte menu. So if you look at our standalone programs and say, hey, you know, we want to do something in strategic leadership. We want to do something in current issues in the cooperative movement. We want to do something in cooperative human resource management. We want to look at the principles of marketing. You also have that option. So those persons who are labor leaders and who really should be speaking to business opportunities for their members. Because one discussion I had with a labor leader some years ago, he said the cooperative movement and the labor movement are the last two movements, or the only two movements, I should say, that still offers democratic practice and democratizing capital, whether it be economic capital or human capital. And that always stuck with me. That's very important, that these institutions actually democratize capital, whether human or economic, and the cooperative can enable that, whether it be establishing a credit union within your particular trade union, whether it be developing what we call a consumer cooperative, so you can provide food, and that that option for your members, you have the opportunity to do so. And also, can the credits earned at the certificate level be transferred to the diploma? Yes. Of course, all our certificates are fully transferable within the institution. So we have the question and answer going on. Those are the questions we have here for now. Marina, any further questions? Anything you would like to touch on?
What I wanted to touch on as well is that based on the profession that you could choose from learning cooperative studies is to be a cooperative officer. All right, a cooperative officer is part of the Cooperative Development Division. It is under the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service. All right, this is the body that regulates, train, educate, all right, audit credit unions. Well, I shouldn't say just credit unions, but cooperatives on a whole. All right, so this is one of the profession that you could get into as well. That is being a cooperative officer, which is a government position in Trinidad under the Cooperative Development Division of Trinidad and Tobago. All right, so I just wanted to add in that as well.
That is very important to note as well, especially having touched the Cooperative Development Division, and that's body responsible for the development and the registration of cooperatives in Trinidad and Tobago. And also, it's important to know that we are currently in the process of developing a new diploma in cooperative studies and a professional certificate in credit union management. So it is actually on the front burner, and you all can look forward to it come January 2022. Marina, I feel like we miss a year. 2022, right? Yes.
2022. 2021 is flying so fast.
It's flying very fast, very fast. I feel
2022 coming, yes.
I feel just like the college. I could tag on. I feel like I could tag on a little more years to my life based on this situation.
All of us. All of us.
Yes. Definitely. So I'm just checking to see if we have any further questions. I'm not seeing any further questions coming our way. Nice. And with that, I mean, I think we have a very, we had a good session. I think we just went over our hour. And of course, we really want to congratulate Mr. Rondell. I don't make sure I get it. Rondell Edwards. I have to make sure I get it right. because they might have another Rondell on the call.
You
And next thing you know,
understand?
we have two Rondell showing up. So Mr. Rondell Edwards. And just to repeat, I really want to encourage you to look toward 2022 for our diploma in cooperative studies and professional certificate in credit union management 2022. We have an upcoming diploma planned, so people can actually, it will all be nested. People will have the opportunity to move through the different levels and choose. You know, as they say, you can choose your, your cup of tea. I'm going to say choose your poison, but choose your cup of tea. Really, you know? Yeah, choose your cup of tea that will assist you to grow, and it's not only in terms of academically, but what we have discovered is that growth takes place also personally and professionally. So I just checking to see. All right, we still have a couple of questions, comments in the chat. Can the credits earned? What can you do with cooperatives? There are a number of things. We have highlighted the careers. Highlighted the careers, yes. Yes, and all right. So Marina, I want to get to just wrapping up this session. So I just want to give you the opportunity in a couple minutes, to just encourage and give that encouragement to persons being adjunct faculty and being alumni of the college.
Yes.
Yes. So if we can share that experience.
We forget to mention that
yes,
as well.
Correct.
Well, I am a past student of the Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies. All right. I did not do business courses in school. So my intention was to always learn this business model, these business academics. And when I saw Cipriani advertising, I grasped the opportunity and came in and went and started to do cooperative studies. All right, at that time, it was cooperative studies, which laid out all the business modules that I wanted to do, accounting, business development, auditing. All right, so everything was laid out there, what I wanted to learn. So I, again, alumni from certificate right up to master's level, all right, with regards to cooperative credit union, cooperative management and organizational development. So it was an edifying and academic elevating experience, all right. I acquired the passion to pass on what it is I learn, and here I am as a part-time faculty member, all right, saying, come and learn this course. It will edify you in the same manner, all right? It will also edify you in understanding what the model entails. It will also edify you in you being an entrepreneur, and not just an entrepreneur by yourself, an entrepreneur collectively, all right, based on the cooperation that is required to carry out the business model, all right? So, I am here. I am now imparting what I have learned, all right? It is exciting, all right? The courses are very well understandable and communicatable to students when they come in. All right, there's nothing hard and fast. The college assists the students with regards to students' welfare and management, etc. All right, so come in and come and join us and learn what a cooperative is. Again, it is a model that withstands crisis. So I will pass it back on to you, Mr. Bartholomew.
Thank you so much. And, you know, I just using the opportunity to share the film, the short video once again, as I encourage you all to please reset opportunity, reset your mind, reset that value and that ambition to be the best that you can be. So what we describe as a great reset would be shared with you now, right before we leave. Everyone has a role to play. Be sure that you take up your role. My name is Colin Bartholomew, Head of Department for Cooperative Studies at Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies. I know it's a mouthful, but it was really my pleasure to join you here this evening, ably supported by Miss Marina Pierre, my colleague, and you know, really one of my fellow cooperators and friends. So we thank you for joining us. We encourage each one of you all to keep safe. We also encourage you to visit our various social media platforms to get further information of the opportunities at the Cipriani College as we look forward to providing that empowerment for all through education. So, with those few words, on behalf of Director Angie Vincent Henry and our Board of Governors, along with all other executives, heads of departments, and colleagues at the college, I bid you a good evening and farewell. Thank you very much. You all stay safe and take care.
Good
Mr.
afternoon.
Rondell Edwards, please contact us. Take care.
All right. Pleasant evening to all.